Hello, today I will be giving an overview on actual versus planned aggregate expenditure made by the group HIPPOs. So first I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into what the difference is between aggregate expenditure versus planned aggregate expenditure. So aggregate expenditure can be defined as the total amount of spending on all final goods and services within an economy during a specific period. The formula can be seen as Y equals consumption plus investment plus government spending plus net exports. Aggregate expenditure includes unexpected changes in inventories, whereas planned aggregate expenditure can be defined as the total amount firms plan to spend in an economy in a specific period. Its formula is a little bit different, where it is PAE equals consumption plus planned investment plus government spending plus net exports. Planned aggregate expenditure excludes unintentional inventory accumulations and reductions. Moving forward, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the formula on planned aggregate expenditure. Its formula is PAE equals A plus B times Y. The A in the formula stands for autonomous expenditure. The B stands for marginal propensity to consume, also known as MPC, and the Y stands for national income that can be seen as GDP, GNP, and other similarities. The difference between planned aggregate expenditure and actual aggregate expenditure is that planned aggregate expenditure represents the total desired spending of goods and services. So the PAE stands for planned spending in consumption, investment, government spending, and net exports, and it also includes planned investment. Whereas actual aggregate expenditure, or Y, is the actual total production, or GDP. Some key things to remember is that when planned aggregate expenditure is less than actual aggregate expenditure, firms produce more than they sell, which can lead to unplanned increase in inventories. But when planned aggregate expenditure is greater than actual aggregate expenditure, this causes a decrease in inventory, which also can cause an increase in production. Moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what is marginal propensity to consume, otherwise known as the B in the formula of planned aggregate expenditure. And this can be defined as the fraction that measures additional income that goes into consumption. It can also be seen as the cost of every additional dollar spent rather than saved. Its formula can be seen as MPC equals the change in consumption over the change in income. And if you see to the right, you can see a little graph that depicts how exactly marginal propensity to consume can be seen as. Lastly, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what is autonomous expenditure. This can be defined as the total amount of money that remains constant regardless of an economy's income levels or output. And also, I wanted to mention what expenditures are considered autonomous. These can be seen as economic expenses that do not vary with income levels, as they're essential even when income is zero. So this can be things like autonomous consumption, planned investment, government spending, and net exports. And that concludes the overview on planned aggregate expenditure and actual aggregate expenditure. Thank you.